Hey there! So this is different than a normal video of mine, but you know what? I thought, why not try something new? So here we are with a review of the Coruscant Guard Gunship. This is considered as a test run. I'm gonna see how I do, see if I need to change anything about my style, my background, my whatever, and hopefully I'll get some feedback on that. So please, if you watch this, if you have any ideas of what I could do better, what I could change, let me know in the comments down below. But as of right now, this is what we're going with. So this is set number 75354, the Coruscant Guard Gunship, of course. It has 1,083 pieces, and as of right now, it is $139.99. So, I mean, that's a lump of cash. I mean, I guess we'll figure out today if that price tag is really worth it. So, starting off small, here we got some minifigures. There are 5 figures. And here, first up, we got Chancellor Palpatine. Very nice looking fella, isn't he? Really, I don't see any flaws with this guy. I mean, I think he's perfect. Just look at that. Look at that beautiful man. He's got 2 faces, one anger face, that one happy face. You can take it. Obviously, you can turn. Oh, whoops! I'm dropping stuff. Obviously, you can turn the face around, and now he's, you know, not in a good mood. Clearly, and that's really all there is to him. Really nice printing. I've always loved the skirt piece for the legs on some figures. I haven't done my research on this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember the last time we got a proper Chancellor Palpatine minifigure. I think the last time that I remember, at least, was in those late 2000s Clone Wars sets. I mean, again, I might be wrong, so correct me if I am, but that's just what I remember. Next up, anyway, we got Padme. Now, this one, first of all, okay, yeah, she's got double-sided face too, I almost forgot. This one is, from what I've seen, a reused Jyn Erso face. Which, I mean, come on, that's a little bit lazy, if you ask me. They could have done better. They've had previous Padme faces that they could use, but of course, also this one, there's the anger face. She's not in a good mood either now. But they've had, if they didn't feel like making a new face for her, they could have had, they had other faces that they could use, right? They did not need to just reuse a Jyn Erso face. That's just pure laziness. Also, I've seen others point out that her outfit is from earlier seasons of the Clone Wars that she's wearing, and it's inaccurate to the set or to the episode that the set was in. I mean, me personally, I don't really mind that. I understand the criticisms. I don't mind that all that much, though. I kind of prefer this outfit for her anyway than the set people say that she should have had. Than the outfit that people say that she should have had. I think it looks nicer with the red popping out. But, I mean, I get the criticism though. I understand it. Overall, decent figure, I guess. Just could have done with her own, unique face, or with just a past Padme face. They really did not need to just reuse a Jyn Erso head. That's, come on. Anyway, next up, we got 2 Coruscant Guard clones. Clones, as of late, have been quite the topic of discussion. Yeah. So, helmet printing is usually a big part in the discussion, and these bad boys right here. Come on, focus. The helmet holes. Oh, yeah. Those are controversial, aren't they? The helmet holes, me personally, this is just, I understand every single criticism, but same thing with the Padme figure. I don't really mind them. I mean, I like having the helmet holes there because coming up next, kind of Fox, I like being able to have, those accessories and visor pieces that I can put on the helmet. Now, I understand more so the problems with the printing on the helmet. LEGO really has not been delivering as of late the best of quality, and what's their slogan? It was like, only the best is good enough. So, I mean, something like that. I mean, they should deliver on that. I mean, come on. If only the best is good enough, then we're not getting good enough right now. But I agree that the helmet holes would look better, you know, we're in their proper place. But I also am pretty sure that we would need, like for this, I'm just gonna pull them up early. For this Commander Fox figure, we would probably need like a new mold for this visor piece to have it fit properly on the helmet and not look weird, right? I guess we won't know until we actually see that happen, but I mean, that's just what I think. Overall, these are good figures, very good. I have never had Shock Troopers before this actually, so these have gotten me interested in looking for older Shock Trooper minifigures. Anyway, controversial clones, aren't they? Overall, very solid minifigures. Of course, you know, they have your basic new clone head. No double-sided face, nothing special there, whatever. Not that big of a deal. They look all right. Here we go. Even more controversy, Commander Fox. All right. So, of course, you know, he's got the helmet holes and whatnot. People don't like those. But Commander Fox specifically, people don't like him because of the printed-on waist cape and the printing on the chest. You know, it's not accurate to the show, just by a smidge. Again, me personally, like, I understand every criticism that is being thrown at LEGO and this minifigure. I get it, I totally understand. But to me, personally, it's just not that big of a deal. So, I mean, I don't lose my mind over stuff like this. I get it though. The waist cape though, I wish they had an actual waist cape on there and not just, you know, printing. Like you can see on the sides, come on, focus camera. You can see on the sides that they've just printed on the waist cape instead of actually giving him one, which I find disappointing. Again, lazy. They're still using waist cape pieces though in like other, you know, LEGO sets and other lines that they have. So I don't understand why they had this new trend of just leaving LEGO Star Wars out of that good stuff, you know? But yeah, of course, he's got, you know, the same generic clone face. I love these blasters, by the way. These have always been some favorites of mine. But yeah, controversial figure. I think he's all right. I like him. Of course, you know. Oh, also, one thing I think I forgot to mention. I don't know. It's miscolored here. It's more like a pink instead of the white, like on his legs, that should be. On his chest, it's a pinkish type looking color instead of that white, which is, again, another valid criticism, but a thing that I'm just not really that bothered by. Overall, I mean, solid figure selection. They each have little minor things that could be, you know, improved upon. The community obviously has their gripes with these guys, but, you know, I'm pretty happy with it. So let's, I guess, move on to the set itself, shall we? All right, so here we have it. The build itself, the Coruscant gunship, the thing that you all came here for. Now, I don't have any of the older gunship models. I plan to get them, but as of right now, I don't. But I have seen plenty of, you know, review videos and comparison videos of the older models to know the differences between this one and the older ones. Now, there are quite a few notable differences, both for better and worse. The first difference, obviously, is the color scheme. Look at this. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's obviously not as good, in my opinion, as the, you know, basic default white gunship, but this is still really cool. I like this. I hope we get more sets like this in the future that take the more obscure color schemes of certain sets and just, you know, throw it on there, remake it. Visually, it's a very good set. Very good build, very nice. It's very sturdy too. I can pick it up from the wing, for example, and it's not going anywhere. It's not breaking off like some older sets might. That's kind of where most of the good stuff, you know, ends visually. I'd say if I had to describe this set in simple terms, it's very nice for display. It's a very nice visual thing, but when it comes to the functionality or, like, you know, features that are included in the set, not so much, you know? It's got some stuff, but I mean, overall, it could really use some work. Now, for example, let's just, screw it, open up all the hatches. You got these things right here on the side, very front. Now this could be perfect for storage or, you know, something, but there's nothing in there. It comes with nothing. It's just an empty space that could be used for something, I guess, but I mean, it doesn't have anything included for you to use, which is a bit disappointing. I mean, I was hoping that they would maybe put like a small speeder or a little command station or something in there, just for you to use. No, there's not really anything in there, so it's just an empty space that your imagination has to fill, I guess, or you can build something custom or use something from another set and just shove it in there, but that's really all you can do. It's a bit disappointing. Of course, you know, I got the pilot hatches. You can grab one of your clones and shove him in there, I guess. I mean, that's what he's for. Look at him, he looks so cute in there. Of course, next up you have the main doors. I have two things I need to say about the main doors. So, there's only one gunship set, the 2008 gunship, that came out with fully closing doors, right? And this one also delivers on that, fully closing door, which I love that. I love that so much better than the, you know, Attack of the Clones sets where it's just like a half open door with the bubble turret. I mean, it looks fine, but the closing doors just look so much better, if you ask me. To have closing doors on this set is great, but only problem with that is it should be double doors. Like, it should be split right here. This is where it should be split, so you can open the door one way and then this way, you know? It doesn't do that though. It's only just, it's one big door. So the space to reach inside and put a figure in is much more restricted. It's much harder to reach in. It's a tighter fit when you want to put a figure in there. So that's my only problem with the doors. Other than that, the inside of the gunship, it's alright. There should be enough space. And I say should be, but let's just hang on. Okay, so I've got 3 figures in there. I've got, you know, Palpatine, Padme, and Fox. And that's really about as much as you can do. You can put like maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 if you can get lucky. But if you do put like 5 in there, it's gonna be hard to get them in there and it's gonna be hard to take them out. So that's just a bit disappointing, honestly, that this is a gunship, a troop carrier, and you can only put in so many troops. I mean, I would imagine that for a troop carrier like this, you'd want to make the space inside as big and as accessible as possible, so you can put in as many troops as possible, but I guess that wasn't really the priority. Another problem is this roof is a bit small up here. It should be a bit bigger. The whole build should be a bit bigger. I appreciate the smaller scale builds though that they're coming out with. It takes up less space when you want to store it, or it takes up less space on your table whenever you're using it. But I do feel like just for the benefit of the overall build itself, it should have been a little bit bigger, just a little bit, right? I'm not asking for too much. Of course, we can go ahead and close these doors now. There's also these, I guess, on each side. Hang on. There we go. On each side, we have these little compartments. I guess you can, you know, grab one of the blasters and put them in there. And there you go. Boom. And then now you've got both of your clones' blasters stored in these back compartments if you want to have them piloting the gunship. And boom, there you go. Now you don't need to worry about leaving his weapon around. You can just have it inside the gunship. Now, I will say, I've always loved having places in these LEGO sets to store your weapons, like inside of the build itself. I've always loved that. I'll always be a sucker for being able to store weapons and accessories inside of builds. So that's always a plus if you ask me. I mean, really, they're stud shooters. You know how they work, you know? I don't want to lose them because they're stud shooters, so. But yeah, disappointingly enough, that's really all this set offers in, you know, features, or just anything that you can do with the set, really. I mean, I guess these move around, that could be considered a feature. This back turret too also moves around. I mean, those are all right, I guess. I don't really see myself or anybody else using those that much. There also should be, in my opinion, missiles at the top here, because in older sets, they had missiles, or something, at least, that was up here. But this one doesn't. I mean, again, this is, in my opinion, more so better for, like, display than for a play set, you know? Or just anything that you might mess around with. This really isn't the one. If you want a set that you can mess around with, play with, I mean, just have a grand old time with, I'd say get one of the older ones. This one is fine. I mean, it's not a bad set. It's just not as good as the others, some of the older models. I think that this set would be a lot better if it just had, like, something to put in here. Some kind of little something, a speeder, command centers, whatever, or a speeder that came out of the back on here. I mean, anything, just literally anything. That could be better. I just took a piece off with my hand. What did I just break? Anything would do fine, you know? Okay, come on. Right, anyway, anything would do fine. I want to see how many figures I can fit inside of that gunship, which is why I got 2 extra Coruscant Guard clones from the new 2024 Clone and Droid Battle Pack. I'm gonna shove these guys in here, see how many I can get in, and see how well they fit. So let me do that really quick. So there you have it, really. I fit all those figures into the gunship. It closes fine. It's a little jam-packed in there. I tried to... Another problem, actually, that comes with fitting figures inside is the handle that is used to hold the gunship. Very sturdy handle, by the way. Very good. It gets in the way. It's inside of the spot that your troops sit in, which can be a problem when putting a troop inside, because, you know, it'll bonk them in the head and then they'll fall over. They'll be knocked out of place. So you kind of gotta maneuver your troops around that spot so they don't collide with the handle, which is a downside as well to the set. I really only could fit about like 5 people in there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Fox, Padme, Palpatine, those 2 other Coruscant guards, these 2 guys in the pilot seats. I mean, that's really about it. And by the way, I struggled a lot getting these 2 guys back here all the way in the back. Because again, it's a very tight fit. Hard to get my hand in there. You know, the doors just aren't open enough. It needs to be double doors, because then it'll be so much more spacious and I can reach in there properly without struggling, right? Overall, I guess this set is fine. I don't dislike it. I don't love it. It's just, you know, this is my first gunship. The 2008 gunship has always been like a childhood dream set of mine. including the 2007 MTT. So those the MTT is gonna be expensive though. That's gonna be a pain. I just wish this set came with more accessories, more, you know, features, more whatever, because it doesn't have nearly enough. Like, for example, let's take a couple other sets really quick and just compare, right? Let's see the difference between this set and a few of the other newer ones. For example, let's take a look at the ATTE, right? This thing has, I mean, for an ATTE compared to a troop transport, the Republic Gunship, I mean, this thing can fit more figures inside. How? And it's easier to access these places where you fit more figures inside. See, you open all that up, pull this out, gives you a space for, let's put these other two Coruscant guards from the battle pack in here, right? They can, hang on. Also, accessories. Look at that, see? There's the crate thing, whatever, with the thermal detonators on the side there. Very neat interior setup. The little wrench. I mean, they put everything into this set, and I'm struggling with getting these guys in right now. Hang on. There we go. Close it up. And of course, you know, open the setup to be greeted by all the other clones from the battle packs that I bought. I mean, let me adjust my camera here, but look, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 clones. All in there, and another extra 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 9. I mean, seriously, dude. And then, on top of that, you have, yeah, just extra little builds. Extra little builds. This guy right here, Dwarf Spider Droid. I love it when large builds like this have extra small stuff to go along with it. It gives you something more than just the set. Especially if the set just has no features, nothing extra included, you know? It gives you more, it gives you your money's worth. It bothers me that previous sets had so much more to really offer, but this one, it just it's kind of bland in comparison. I mean, again, I don't dislike this set. I know I'm kind of, you know, dissing it right now, but like, I just feel like they could have done a lot better. This had so much like potential, I guess, and it doesn't feel like it was all utilized properly, right? I feel like they really could have done more. They really could have added an extra build or two. They could have made it a bit bigger. They could have allowed you, they could have just given it double doors. That would have fixed one of the major problems. People have modded this gunship so that the double door, you know, is a thing, and so that it works, but people shouldn't have to mod the set to make it work, right? People shouldn't have to mod the set to make it easier to access. I mean, it should already be there from the very start. So again, I mean, this set is very good for a visual display. It's very nice build. I enjoyed putting it together. That's first and foremost, I guess. It should be, at least. Is it worth the price? I would say it was worth the price if, like, you know, it had double doors and it came with like one accessory, maybe. Then I would say, yeah, sure, it's worth it. But as of right now, I don't think it is. I don't think it's worth that $139.99 price tag. Like, I mean, that's $140 basically. I mean, I don't think it's worth that. I don't think it is. I think it needs a bit more. I would rate it a solid 6.5 out of 10. How about that? Let's be generous. Let's give it a 6.5 out of 10. All right, fellas. So thank you for watching. This was a very interesting first attempt at a proper set or product review. I would like to do more reviews like this in the future. Of course, primarily with Lego sets and certain figures like, you know, Marvel Legends or NECA or whatever, right? SH Figures, like anything I can get my hands on, basically. I mean, I enjoyed this. It was a process. I did enjoy it though. Let me know in the comments, please, any tips you might have, anything I could do better in the next video. And again, thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.